April 30th, the last day of the month of our 1-year anniversary of the Target program. A lot of changes going on, so I'm going to rattle through some stuff. The first one is that the newscasts are probably going back to once a week or so, or a little bit random. But now so much has been happening here that it's going to be hard to keep up on it all, so I'm just going to do the best I can. But glad to be here on Friday, April 30th, and I want to give you a 60-second capsule history of Totally Guitars and how where we came from. These stories were floating around in a lot of other places, but the main thing that happened was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. This sort of manic character runs into my music store while I'm giving a guitar lesson and says, "I need to take guitar lessons." And I said, "Okay, I can't talk right now. I'm in a lesson. I'll call you later." So I call him back later, and he says, I really need to learn how to play the guitar, but I need to have a lesson every day." And I said, "That's crazy. You don't need a lesson every day." He says, "Yeah, it's the only way I'm going to learn." Well, that was really seed number one for Totally Guitars. When Matt said, "Neil, I need to see you every day." I said, "Matt, let's try twice a week and see how it goes." So anyway, this story will continue because a few months later we started talking, we got to know each other and found out our relative strengths and weaknesses and felt that we could maybe combine into a good team running a kind of fun site. This is where we are now. A couple of years later, 1 year after our first Target Live or TG Live broadcast. Again, if you want to check that out, it's available to everybody. So in the Totally Guitars Live section. So that's it for today's little tidbit of history. I will go much more into detail at another time. But first I want to give you a little rundown of some of the things that happened, some of the songs that maybe appeared this week. We spit out a lot of cool things, some riffs. What's the next one? That was pretty cool. We went into John Denver. And then back to the darker side with... Anyway, so I hope you guys are having fun with those tunes. I certainly have had a lot of fun putting them together, and that's what we saw this week. Now, today you have probably already seen a completely different thing. So we have been fortunate enough to run into a great keyboard teacher who is now part of the faculty here at Totally Guitars, and he'll be putting out some keyboard lessons for us every once in a while. So I'm sure many of you out there have played a little piano and want to know more about it. Well, Dave Coldren is your man. And so his first lesson that we're putting out right now is on John Lennon's Imagine. It's pretty similar to the way it would happen on the guitar. As, of course, we have a guitar lesson on that too. So hope you get a chance to check out Dave's lesson and give us some feedback on it. Let us know what you think. Can you learn Imagine from the way Dave explained it? I'm dying to know. So anyway, that's one thing. Now we have had a lot of other changes going on around here recently, some of which are way in the background, you can't even see them. Some of them are pretty obvious. One that's a lot easier for me now is we have a really simple login system. It's up in the upper right hand corner of every page when you get in there. Your username, password go in there, and now that'll always get you to the right place. So glad that we managed to put that together. We also have to change the uploading videos for review thing. We had kind of some unfortunate things happen with the student channel at YouTube that is really going to make it to where what we have to do now is upload the videos the same way you would for a competition, and then we'll have to get them in the channel. So it'll be a little bit more, it actually should work a little bit smoother. That way everybody doesn't have to worry about how to figure out YouTube things and stuff like that. But if you put up a video in the last 2 weeks, since about April 14th or so, please, it may be gone from the YouTube channel. So what we really need you to do is upload it again into our channel, and there's information on that in the competition section, because that's where it goes. So all this stuff will be easily accessible in the forum in a very short time, if it's not already. It probably is already up there by the time you're seeing this. So a lot of the other changes are going to be rolling out in the next couple of days. So just kind of keep an eye for some unusual things, you know. So oh, the song I played up there at the top, Mystery Song of the Week. Anybody recognize that? I did it capoed, but it sounded like this. So, if you know what that is, put a response in there to this today's news broadcast. If anybody, I might come up with some hints a little bit later, but beautiful tune. It actually is very sentimental to me. Well, never mind. I'll tell you another story about it when people have figured out what it is. So, April 30th, the last day to vote for the songs, the original songs that people have been creating. So you have until midnight tonight, California time. That's because that's where I am. It's easier for me to keep track of time in California. All I gotta do is look at my phone. So that's when it's gonna get cut off. And then again, we'll select the 5 top vote getters, and Matt and I will lock ourselves up in a movie theater and watch them on the giant screen and pick a winner and give away a nice little guitar to the whoever made what we decide is the coolest, best, funnest, goofiest, dumbest, most entertaining, I don't know yet, video. So one more thing, last thing I want to get to today, and then I will be checking out and getting back on my projects that I'm working on for you that shall remain surprises until they appear, is we're back on the quest for modern songs. I'm looking for more trying to open my mind a little bit more, you guys, and you got to really help me out to find some cool modern songs that are not just the usual, I don't know. Anyway, that have some fun techniques in them that would be fun to play and slightly educational. So, or another thing is, if anybody has found a more contemporary song that they can play now easily because of something they learned in the Target program, make sure you let us know about that. So if if somebody's trying to learn some song by the Fleet Foxes and you say, hey, I figured that song out because I learned how to play The Needle and the Damage Done, or something like that, that would be really helpful information for us, because we do want to try to bridge the gap that doesn't really exist, but in some people's heads there is one there between music from the 60s and 70s and the 80s and the 90s and nows, and we're almost into the 2000 teens. We'll see what happens. So I think that is it. I'm going back to practicing. One last throw at of course we spent so much time last month talking about George Harrison. Been having a lot of fun working on some of his tunes too. Okay, enough for now. I will see you soon. Probably no more news though. Till next Friday.